Welcome to the Stephen Howson football channel. This is where I will take you through everything that I do revolving around football, be it that at Old Trafford or elsewhere. This is where you will get your match previews, your reviews, your football vlogs, your scout reports, your transfer talk, your youth reviews, your documentaries and anything and everything revolving around football. I absolutely love this game. Do me a favour and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Hello everyone, my name is Stephen Howson, and no, Manchester United are not featuring this weekend, as we are all well aware. But I think Liverpool versus Real Madrid is a very tactically interesting game, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. I wanted to do a preview for it and discuss how this game is going to pan out. So this is Liverpool versus Real Madrid Champions League final preview. I'm going to tell you how I expect Liverpool to play, how I think Madrid will play, how the match will pan out, and what the keys to victory for both sides are. But before I get into that, this video is brought to you by Kwiff. Kwiff is the place to go and get your odds supercharged. You can download the app in the description below. There's loads of bets that you can get on this game, as you'd expect. Liverpool are the highest scorers in this season's Champions League and Madrid are second. I think it'd be pretty safe to suggest that both teams to score is a good bet. Decent odds if you pair that with choosing a winner too. Another good bet could be the total goals market. Both of these teams averaging a lot of goals scored per game, but also conceding goals per game as well. Liverpool are averaging over 3 goals per game, Madrid 2.5 goals per game, both sides also conceding a goal per game, so 0-0 written over this one, lads. If you start looking at the over 3.5 goals per game market, there could be some value in there for you. There's also the corner markets and all sorts of other things that you might expect and you might want to look for at in this particular match. I'm going to place an ACCA. Do this by clicking on the button top right there, the little rocket, to activate the ACCA mode, and I am going for Madrid. Obviously, I couldn't bring myself to place a bet on Liverpool and be happy for them this weekend, so I'm going to be putting Madrid as my first bet. I'm also going to be having some English playoffs in this ACCA too. In the big one, I'm going for Fulham. I think they've just got that X factor in someone like Ryan Sessegnon, and I can't bear the thought of John Terry being happy, or the fact that he's already talking about not playing against Chelsea when they're promoted. Stop it. Shrewsbury to beat Rotherham and Coventry to beat Exeter rounds off the rest of my ACCA. So check out link in the description, all that lot. Liverpool's side have been successful this season because Mo Salah. But it's not that simple. Although Salah, Firmino and Mane have scored 73% of Liverpool's goals, they're the ones getting all the plaudits. James Milner, honestly, has been a massive key figure in what they're doing. As a standard defensive setup, he's going to mark tightly the forward line and try and contain the obvious threats those players offer. This allows Milner to ghost out to one side and not be tracked, or to get forward and instigate some of the one-touch football in and around the D. He's a massively key player in Jurgen Klopp's system. Liverpool like to hold possession in their backline before launching it forward. They'll briefly hold possession amongst the forwards before playing it back to Wijnaldum, or especially Milner, who will look to create space and get the ball into the box. This second wave style of attack has been very effective for Liverpool this season. Of course, you cannot discount the contribution Mo Salah has made to this side. 43 goals in all competition, a goal every 89 minutes in the Champions League. Over 3/4 of his goal have come with his left foot, so what you've got to watch out for is him drifting in towards the penalty spot when coming in off the right-hand side. That's got to be a concern for Real Madrid, especially when he's playing against somebody like Marcelo, who likes to just do what he wants. Starting 11 for Liverpool, I totally expect it to be Karius in net. It's pretty obvious. In fact, this entire 11 is pretty obvious from Jurgen Klopp. It's going to be Karius in net. I expect Alexander-Arnold and Robertson to be the fullbacks, Van Dijk and Lovren at centre-half, a midfield three of Henderson, Milner and Wijnaldum, with Salah on the right, Mane on the left and Firmino in the middle. As we're saying, I expect James Milner to be coming and getting in this sort of area or in and around the D here and making things happen. Wijnaldum also likes to get forward in here, but the thing you've got to watch out for is Firmino dropping off, and Salah cutting right in deep. He doesn't come in like an Arjen Robben and come in from this sort of area. He likes to get right into the box where Liverpool are going to be holding play. That's that one-touch football with Firmino, with Milner, with Mane, and he's going to cut in right to the penalty spot, and that's where he's going to cause you some absolute chaos. Real Madrid. Back-to-back Champions League winners, can they make it 3 in a row? This isn't Ronaldo versus Salah in the slightest. We've got two teams here that are playing in systems. We've got good players all over the pitch, and they're all doing good jobs. I would argue that Madrid have got the better players overall, certainly the more prestigious midfield, and comfortably the greater depth and more options. But is that where the problems are going to start for Real Madrid. Liverpool know their own system. They know their starting 11. They know they're not going to be learning anything new this week when it comes to this final. Madrid arguably going to be paralysed by choice, and I'm going to explore some of those options when I get into the starting 11. But this could also play into their favour, as if Madrid don't know what they're about to do, then how can Liverpool be expected to know what Real Madrid are going to be doing? Sergio Ramos and Rafael Varane are an incredible central defensive partnership. Varane is the experienced master of the dark arts, and he's going to need to use all of those tricks in his locker to keep this forward three quiet. Varane's pace will be tested, and both will need to bring their A game when it comes to the aerial threat. Liverpool like to play that long searching ball forward to set up their attack. But in Madrid's favour is the fact that both Ramos and Varane and Casemiro are in the top 3 players in the Champions League for aerial duels won. Cristiano Ronaldo, 33 years of age, is just incredible. Still, what an asset to have in any football side. 15 goals in the Champions League this season, 45 goals overall. He's actually on 45 goals in 45 appearances. He's incredible. Used mainly as a number 9 this season, he's contributed to 50% of Real Madrid's goals on his own, and he has to be considered their main threat because of this. He's also got 8 assists this season, so even if he's not scoring, he can create for this team. Real Madrid's 11 is going to be difficult to predict, but here's me having a go at it. I think the back 5 is probably the most easy to predict for what they're going to do. I think it's going to be Navas, Carvajal, Varane, Ramos and Marcelo making up the defensive unit. But this is where it starts to get tricky, because when you start looking at the midfield, are they going to go a midfield 3 and go man for man against what Liverpool offer in midfield? I'm not sure they will. I think this is a midfield that's likely to be a lot bypassed by Liverpool, so they're not going to front that up. What I would expect Madrid to do is to go either in a flat 4 and play a 4-4-2 in this sort of setup, or what you might expect from them is you might see Casemiro dropped off here, you might see Kroos and Modric occupying the usual positions, and then Isco maybe going forward, or you might see these all slightly flatter and it look more like a 4-3-1-2. What we know is certain is it will be Ronaldo. What we know is certain will be the defence, and then from Benzema to Isco to Kroos, Casemiro and Modric, that is all up in the air. The other options that Real Madrid have got is if we assume that Isco's position there is Gareth Bale and we play these like this, and you could see maybe Kroos and Casemiro trying to contain and deal with what comes forward from Liverpool's midfield. Modric left to do the playmaking, and then somebody like Bale to stretch what's going on. I think another option, if they wanted to play somebody like Kovacic alongside Casemiro instead of Kroos there, and you play Kroos on one side and you play Modric on the other side, and you make it 2 defensive midfielders and then 2 wide midfielders, wide playmakers with Modric and Kroos. When you win possession, and you're likely to win possession in this sort of third around your defensive line, find those players, find Kroos, find Modric, find those people who are absolute experts in playing a ball, and then find Benzema and find Ronaldo and just absolutely get behind that Liverpool defence. If you get behind that Liverpool defence, I think you're going to cause them problems. I expect this to be a high-scoring game. I also think that Real Madrid have just got enough experience in this, and I just, to be honest with you, can't bear the thought of Liverpool actually making it another one on the European trail. I do think Madrid have it in them. I am not going to predict a score, because I think this could be anything from a 1-0 win to a 4-3 or a 3-2 or a high-scoring game. But finals, nerves, everything being on the line in a game of this sort of magnitude can really throw that up into the air, can't it? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. What score is it going to be? Who do you think is going to be the key man? Is Gareth Bale going to play, or do you think it's going to be this kind of lineup for Real Madrid? Remember to download Kwiff and get your bets in ahead of this weekend. There's loads of bets that you can get on, obviously, ahead of the Champions League, so definitely go and check them out. The link is in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and this is it, man. This is the final domestic football game of the season, and after that, it's all World Cup ahead. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit.